I'm seeing a lot of comments similar to this one, which is totally fine and understandable, that everybody is curious of who this person was in my life. So let's get into it. If this is popping up on your For You page, hi, my name is Annie. I'm 29 years old. I'm a mother of 2, and on July 2nd, 2022, I survived an attempt on my life by someone who claimed to love me. Because of you guys, this page hit 10,000 followers overnight, which is absolutely wild to me. When I started posting about this event, I had not that many followers, and I think the last time I went into who this person was to me and how they came into my life, I maybe had like 500 followers. And even though now that I have 10K and I've been able to put all those videos into a playlist, which you can go watch on my profile, it's called July 2nd. I also acknowledge that this page is much bigger now than it was when I first started posting content. And I think you guys deserve to have me rehash it one more time. So that's what I'm going to do. And I hope you'll stick around. I want you to know that before I get into this story that I have discussed it with my husband, and we are both on the same page, that it is completely okay for me to talk about this event in its entirety and how this person came into my life. So that's what I'm going to do. One thing that you're going to learn about me if you just started following is that I am someone that I will always own my shit. It is a mantra that I have in my life. I will always own my shit. I will own the good. I will own the bad. I will own everything in between, because I think that accountability is really important. This person came into my life. We were working at the same place at the time. I am a registered nurse. We were working in the same setting. And the short version of a long story is that my husband and I were on the brink of separation, and I ended up having an affair with this person for about 5 months. The affair ended very dramatically, and I went no contact with them for several months as my husband and I worked through the aftermath of the decisions that I had made, and also decided if we wanted to continue to work on our marriage or not. Several months after that, my husband and I made the decision to officially separate, and we started the process of what it would look like if we got divorced. Talking divorce lawyers, talking about custody. We were not living together. And in that time, my husband started dating, and I reconnected with this person. And we officially dated for a couple of months. And about, I guess a month into it, I had this realization of how dangerous this person was for me mentally, but also for me physically. There were moments of physical violence for me with this person. And one day I realized that they were not who I wanted to be with. That the reason I'd had an affair to begin with was because I felt invisible to my husband and invisible in our life, and I made a bad choice. And I take accountability for that. I'm not going to sit here and give excuses or, oh, this, that, or the other. I'm always just going to tell you the truth. I made a bad choice. And yes, I did have the consequences from it. The week leading up to this person trying to end my life, I had told them I did not want to be with them. I did not give them all of the details of that I was planning to try again with my husband, that I wanted to work things out and see if there was anything left to salvage. I will say that my husband fought for our family once I said, would you be willing to try again? And he came back. And I'm very, very lucky that he did, because he's the best person I've ever known. gonna try not to cry. My husband is my best friend, truly. And I asked if he would come home because when I told this other person that I did not want to be with them, they reacted very volatilely. They started harassing me, texting me, calling me incessantly, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times a day, and I felt scared. And I asked if my husband would come home because I didn't want to be home alone with our son, because I just had a feeling. So that's why my husband was at home with me when this happened. We had just decided we were going to work on rebuilding our relationship. And then this happened. So my husband was in the room with me. We had just gone to bed. Maybe this is TMI, but if I'm sharing everything, we were not sexual in any way at this point. He was just my best friend, and I wanted him home because I didn't want to be alone in the house with our 2-year-old, knowing that this other person was so angry with me that I did not want to be with them, and they were saying and doing things that were really scaring me. So my husband was in the room with me that night. He was asleep, and we just like, laid next to each other and went to sleep. And when we woke up, this person was outside of our house shooting into our bedroom. So if you look at the videos on my profile and you see that there were 2 bullets shot through my husband's side of the room, and then there were 11 shot through mine. I firmly believe this person had the mentality of, well, if I can't have her, then nobody can. And he really tried to make good on that. My husband saved my life that night. I don't say it lightly when I say he is the best man I've ever known. I hope that answers your question. I expect judgment from people about this. I know nobody is going to be 100% like, good for you, because I made bad choices, right? But that is your explanation, and I hope it answers all of your questions. But if you have more, let me know. Thanks, guys.